We got a short video about the Grim Reaper career and some other SimGuru information. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So the Sims tweeted and shared on various social media, the Grimterns aren't superstitious, but they are a little stitious, which I'm not sure what that means, but anyways, that is linked to the site where you can pre-order it. And the video itself had some little bits of information. Netherworld, Department of Death, starring Grim, the Grim Reaper, the Receptionist, the Grimterns, and of course throughout this you can see some of the things that will be in the pack, created by Mortimer Goth, which is quite funny. There's the crow there and the Grim sort of teaching and whatnot, and they're taking notes while they're there. Of course, they do say not everything is necessarily in there. That portal, which we'd seen elsewhere. Kenny the dummy, where they're practicing their reaping on it. It's really quite funny. And then I guess they're out on a job. That Sim's not very sympathetic. And then you got the flirting ghosts. And then I don't know if this is a pub that is maybe coming with the pack. It kind of does look like it's a pub versus just somewhere at the workplace. Of course, this is an active career from what I can gather because it's a profession. And then, of course, they say there that you can pre-order by October 31st. Of course, there is no actual benefit to ordering or pre-ordering it. If you pre-order, you get the early purchase items, but you also don't need to pre-order to get them. You just have to buy the pack by December 12th to get those items. One advantage of waiting versus pre-ordering is that you can have more information about the pack before it comes out, and then if you wait till it actually releases, you can look for if there's any reports of any issues with the update and with the pack itself, because you can, on the EA app at least, avoid updating the game until you know whether or not there's anything really major that's gone wrong. But sometimes if you like troubleshooting things and figuring things out, that is one thing that's fun about getting things at release. So there's a pile of different tweets and stuff with information, including this one from SimGuru Ninja, which was from the 9th, where he shows the new Mermaid gravestone and urn on the left and the gravestone on the right, and then funny, rest in peace to the 2 merfolk that sacrificed their lives to bring you this picture. With the Grim Reaper. Anyways, I thought that was kind of funny, but then there's some responses, follow-ups from like SimGuru Morgan, Grimtern Morgan. You know what would be so cool if any sim could use these? Like if a normie sim who loved mermaids could choose this as their urn. Wouldn't that be cool? So there was a few people sort of commenting afterwards about that. Or other options? Why? I don't know what you mean. And then SimGuru Morgan was like, no, of course not. So I'm thinking it maybe means that, and I don't know if this is with the pack or with the base game update. We know the Mermaid urn and gravestone is coming in the base game update for those with island living. It's on the laundry list. But I don't know whether you might be able to pick which one you use with the base game update, or if that could be something that's coming with the pack, because that seems to be what they're saying there, that you don't have to use the gravestone and urn that pertains to what your sim is my guess. Of course, I'm speculating because they're not actually saying that. They're just kind of hinting that that could be the case. And then another one that just came out on the 10th is, you know what I also realized is odd about this screenshot? The urn is outside and on the ground. Weird. So that is interesting, because I was actually going through trying to look at the gravestones and urns, and you can't put an urn on the ground and you can't put a gravestone on a solid surface. They'll switch into the other thing respectively, even though they're in under show hidden objects, though the spellcaster one, you needed the live edit mode cheat, which I don't have memorized, but that one, to be able to see them. So maybe it'll be something that's an option on it and it won't actually automatically change to whatever the ground is. And I could see that possibly being base game, but I don't know. And I guess I am still speculating about whether that is even going to be a thing. but it's interesting to say the least. So one thing that sort of came as a result of the fact that we're now getting the mermaid, gravestone, and urns is that people are now going, oh, well, we don't have a bassinet for mermaids, which we don't. And, we're having this, can you reveal if mermaid babies are getting a new bassinet in this update? And essentially, SimGuru Morgan said that's not planned. So that's not going to be in the update. That it would be good if it was, but, that is not coming. So there is actually a bug report about the fact that there is a missing bassinet for mermaids and that it's inconsistent with the other occult. So if you are interested in there being a mermaid bassinet, I would suggest heading over and adding a Me Too. I have already done that, so they get more people having some activity on that particular one. But that's it sort of came out of the fact that we now have mermaid, gravestone, and urn, that, we don't have a bassinet. We didn't have the gravestone and urn either, but now we only don't have the bassinet as of the update. Obviously, we don't have it yet in either case. Now, there was also this from the English Simmer where she said, not so secretly hoping Zodiac signs are coming to the base game update before Life and Death drops. And SimGuru Morgan said, I'm sorry to be a bummer, but to set expectations, we aren't doing that in this pack or with the upcoming update. So if you were hoping or thinking that might be coming, it's not. And then SimGuru Morgan was like, I can't wait to see all the variants of these swimsuits. They fit the macabre trait so well. They're my new favorites. Okay, new favorites after the gnome one. So obviously the one in the front was the one that the main sim in the trailer was wearing, but I'm thinking maybe possibly the one that the male walking behind is also a swimsuit, because she says swimsuits, but she might just be saying, I don't know, the one in the front, but I'm not sure. But interesting. That is a cute little swimsuit with a little jacket on the top. I'm not sure how comfortable that would be to swim in real life, but I guess it would help with sun protection. Anyway, so then we went on and SimGuru Morgan said, the art is amazing for this, but also if he was a nervous subject when he lived with the Beakers who were experimenting on him, who was he before? I bet he even had a real name. So nervous subject is one of or thought to be, I'm sure it is, on the cover art, which I had covered in my video that I did on the trailer and whatnot. But then someone said when he was a toddler in The Sims 3 with Olive, he's still called nervous subject. And then SimGuru Morgan said, Sims 4 does cool things. So if you're thinking that, well, he never had another name. Well, it looks like he's getting a different name in Sims 4. Then someone said, I suppose him getting an actual name would make sense in a timeline where he never met the Beakers. Hopefully our boy finally gets to be happy for a chance. Or he just has bad luck following him everywhere he goes, ha ha. And then SimGuru Morgan said he has something following him everywhere he goes. And then someone said, is it the crow? And SimGuru Morgan said, that's not it. And then they replied, is he chased by death? Isn't death his father? And then she did like a little wink. But chased by death is actually a trait that's coming with the pack from the EA app. They say chased by death will give Sims a seize the day attitude and tilt the odds against them in risky situations. So maybe he's going to have that trait. It's just kind of a guess based on that. Again, this is me speculating based on the tweets that I'm seeing. Then SimGuru Morgan had said on the 7th with respect to this tweet from someone who had summarized some of the things from the blog post. And SimGuru Morgan said, and there's even more than we listed. I also can't wait to talk about one particular thing coming with base game update that I don't even think we've mentioned yet. So she doesn't think it's mentioned in, essentially there's 3 sources of information right now. Well, 4 if you count the trailer and not counting all of the tweets. Just the official sources. You have where you can buy it and pre-order it. The features are there. You have the blog post, and then you have the EA app. They all have different pieces of information. Then if you want to count the trailer, you can count that too. So that was something from a few days ago. And so here, Iron Seagull said, so was that what you were teasing the other day about what's coming to base game? The fact that it would be cool to maybe choose. And then SimGuru Morgan said, oh no, this is small compared to that. So then Iron Seagull was like, oh, I wonder if it has to do with worlds, because of course, in the roadmap, they have, that's the world card for the tarot cards, which was beside the and free updates. And a few other people thought that too, including here, where from SimGuru Morgan's tweet, I'm pretty sure that's about the upcoming base game update, and it seems one of the biggest ones. World Tarot card big update never been mentioned. I'm dying to know. And so essentially, they're kind of thinking it's world related, like Iron Seagull was. And someone said, I hope we're not setting our expectations far too high. And SimGuru Morgan replied, world might be too high. It's CAS related, but not like new outfit CAS cooler than that. You may resume speculating. So it's not world. It's something create sim. So here are some of the responses speculating. So we have, create a ghost feature, the ability to choose your occult in CAS. And in that case, what they're meaning is that you create your sim and then you can assign them as being an occult after the fact, as opposed to currently. Obviously, you can choose your occult, but you have to go into the occult chooser, pick them, and then create your sim, and then delete whoever was there who was a non-occult sim in the first place. So that's that. And then you can see a few other things. The one person is like, why did y'all use the world card then? And which is valid and still makes me wonder why. But those are some of the things that you can see people have been speculating on. So I'm curious what you think this might be. But it also makes me think and wonder about the fact that the ghosts are being more fleshed out and they're going to have their skill tree, and also even their needs are going to be, they get more translucent as I think they use their power or something like that is what it said. And I'm kind of curious how that's going to work with existing occults, because any sim, including occults, can die. So how's that going to work with, say, a more simple one, a spellcaster, because I play with them a lot, who has their own skill tree? How's that going to mesh with the ghost skill tree? Obviously, say an alien, they don't have a skill tree. Same with the mermaids. They just have an alternate form. Are they going to continue to have that alternate form? I would think, because I wouldn't think that the ghosts would have alternate forms. But I think the issue is more with those occults like spellcasters, vampires, and werewolves who have a skill tree. How's that going to work? Are they going to maybe start supporting hybrids in life as well as in death? I don't know. Kind of curious. And again, I'm curious what you're going to think. But I don't know that this would be the base game update, this thing about possibly supporting hybrids, which I'm not saying they are. I'm just, it made me go, and wonder about it. Because occults really aren't base game other than, obviously ghosts, but the expanded ghosts are in this pack. And then you have plant sims who aren't really a full-fledged occult anyways. All the rest require packs. So I'm not sure that would be a base game update or a big base game update, except it would probably be going into the base game to support across all the different packs. But, I don't think that's what it is, because of the fact that it does require you to have different packs to be able to even access the possibility of a hybrid. And I'm not sure that's what it is. It just made me wonder, because of the fact that the ghosts are going to have the skill tree, how they're going to handle the, other occults that have skill trees if they're the ones who die. So here's another tweet from The Sims that I had seen and I meant to include, I think, in my video that I did about the trailer, but I overlooked it. So it was Meet the Whispering Wren Messenger, and it has a description about it. And this was in the trailer, this little guy. And the thing that was kind of interesting was that it is heirloom eligible, which I know they mentioned in, the various pieces of information about the pack. But that makes me kind of think even more, are they going to go back and add that to base game items, and even equally importantly, to things from other packs? I really hope they are, and that is not just going to be stuff from the Life and Death pack. So fingers crossed, but that's just that's all. It's cute and also made me wonder. And then this I found kind of funny. SimGuru Morgan again. Someone, hey Morgan, how is the live stream prep going? Me sighs. There's a fire and a dead fire person. So then she goes on to say, did I kill the first 2 Sims on purpose? Yeah, of course. The third with the fire? Nah. The firefighter? Yeah, that wasn't on purpose either. And someone said, sure. And said she was supposed to get old and die in her sleep on the stream. I promise. I wanted her to live for a while. So, but anyways, so this confirms that they are planning on having a developer live stream, which I expected. And I kind of think that it's probably, or maybe I should say possibly, going to be like the Thursday, Friday before the pack releases, i.e. in the week before. So October 24th or October 25th. But it's not been announced yet. This is just confirmation that they're working on it. And also I thought it was kind of funny. So I thought I'd share that too. So does this make you more interested in the pack or in what's coming in the base game update that's preceding the pack? And if so, which item or items make you more interested in it from what was shared here? I'd love to know in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!